Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Week in Football, and it's a huge week because it's championship week in college football. All the big championship games, and specifically the Longhorns, were able to make it to the SEC championship game, and they go up in a revenge match, pretty much, against the Georgia Bulldogs. And as for that game, well, at least it was closer than last time. So the thing is, the defense for most of the game, it was pretty good. The offense, well, no. Look, Ewers has been consistently a liability for long enough to where I'm starting to feel like it's a problem. And, hopefully the week of rest we'll get before the playoffs will help him, figure out whatever problems going on with him or whatnot. But right now, he's kind of, I don't trust him anymore. And, he's still okay. He's okay, but he's not like Pete. He's not like the kind of quarterback that'll win us the championship on his back. He has to have relying on his team, which granted, it's a team sport, so that makes sense. But yeah, for this game at least, Ewers wasn't really good. However, Georgia wasn't getting a lot done, mostly because our defense is really great. Our defense is fantastic, and I feel that's really good because defense is what's going to win a championship. But yeah, the defense was very stout, especially in that first half. And then something happened right at the end of the first half. Carson Beck got injured, and Georgia had to put in their backup. But the thing is, somehow Georgia got better playing with their backup, and it ended up being a really close game, and Georgia took the lead, and they kept the lead for most of the second half. But we ended up tying it, and the game went into overtime. Unfortunately, Georgia just played 8 overtimes against Georgia Tech, so they were perfectly experienced, and ultimately, they won it in overtime. So, yeah, another loss to Georgia. And granted, we improved between our last meeting and this one, so that's good, but it's still a loss, and it still stings. And granted, we lost it, but this didn't change anything in terms of, we're still going to be in the playoffs. And yeah, the Longhorns have issues, but we have a week to fix them. So hopefully we can look through all the tapes, figure out what's going on with Georgia. With that said, we can't just focus on, how we're going to beat Georgia next time, because we have other matches in the playoffs. We made the playoffs, and we need to not look past Clemson, not look past ASU, and grind our way through the playoff bracket before we can hopefully not, because I wouldn't want to go up against Georgia a third time. But yeah, playoffs, we're guaranteed a spot in it. Do not squander it, Texas. And as for the rest of college football, breaking news, Penn State loses to a top 5 team. Meanwhile, the sky's blue and the grass is green. Yeah, Penn State got completely wrecked in the Big Ten championship game. That was very much Oregon's, which, if there's any team that benefits from the 12-team playoffs, it's PSU, because I don't think they have to play a top 5 team until they make it to the round of 4. So, yeah, it stings because, PSU still has that curse on them, but it didn't hurt them in the playoffs, so not too worried about that. ASU is going to be the team representing the Big 12. We're going to have to face them if we beat Clemson, which I'll get to, but yeah, they're going to be a hard team. They're going to be a tough team because, there's a reason that they won the Big 12 championship. So, hopefully we'll be able to make it to them. And the game that happened in prime time, the ACC championship game, that was awesome. It looked like SMU was down and out, but they made a great comeback in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, it was undone by a dagger last-second field goal by Clemson. That was a far kick, but the kicker nailed it, and Clemson wins the ACC yet again. And so that sets the stage for the playoffs, and thank God Alabama was not selected. Thank God. They weren't picked. You know who was? SMU. All aboard the SMU train. SMU, 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 SMU. Yeah, so the playoffs are set, and I don't really have a lot of complaints about the playoffs. Obviously, there are some teams that I don't personally trust, like Penn State or Notre Dame, that I wish weren't there. But, at a surface glance, at the base level, I understand why the committee picked them. It's hard to go against an 11-1 team or a 10-2 team, So, but yeah, the playoffs, overall, it's a good playoffs. This is about the best that they could have done with it. And I'm really looking forward to the playoffs. Hopefully Texas can do well in that. All right, now we go on to the Cowboys and Bengals, and I'm so done with the Cowboys. To put in perspective how little I care about the Cowboys at this point, I mostly watch this game on the Simpsons broadcast, not the main one, the one that they did with like Simpsons character stuff. And I guess I'll talk more so about that because that was kind of a big thing. But like, that broadcast was bad. The technology, absolutely not there. The actual like animations and like what's going on in the game itself, it's still not good. It's still not good at all. But like, as a Simpsons fan, it was okay, I guess. Like this household that I'm in, huge Simpsons fan, parents are Simpsons fan, family's Simpsons fan, I'm a Simpsons fan. And like, there was a lot of fun references, a lot of good jabs by the cast. Seriously, Mina and all the others were so good here. They were clearly fans of the show. And I ultimately don't regret watching it. The joke about Mr. Burns and Jerry Jones sharing the same skybox, that alone was probably worth watching it. But like I said, it was kind of hard to keep up with the game themselves. Plus, on top of that, at the halftime, I had to go to like study for a test, so I wasn't able to watch the second half as much as I would have liked. But that, caused me to not really know what was going on in the game itself. It was mostly just about like the Simpsons stuff. With that said, Dallas's defense wasn't good, and the offense only did okay because the Bengals defense sucked. And so we almost won this game because we got a blocked punt. But then the thing is, I didn't see what was going on because I didn't know what was going on because the Simpsons technology on the broadcast was bad. So I had no clue what was going on. But apparently what happened was we got a blocked punt, but then one of our players, Leon, letted it and touched the ball. And then the Bengals got back the ball and they scored a touchdown to win the game. So that's just, what a dumb, awful way to go out, I'm really disappointed. But it's a loss. And the Cowboys tank keeps on rolling here, which, granted, I think we kind of screwed up the tank already, considering that we won 2 games against the Commies and Giants. And I don't think we're going to lose to the Panthers because they're the Panthers. But still, the tank keeps on rolling, and we might get a mid-round pick. So, yeah, that's the Cowboys. As for the rest of the NFL, Pittsburgh throttled Cleveland, as per usual, so nothing new or crazy with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is gone to Super Bowl. The other game I watched, Buffalo, LA, that was a crazy shootout. That was awesome. That was just so many points, all the points, and Buffalo were crazy. Buffalo had all these crazy drives. The Buffalo's offense was so amazing to watch, but they still lost to LA. What? That's crazy. This game's crazy. That was a really good game. And last game I want to talk about here is the Kansas City game. They clinched the division with this one, and I keep saying it, Kansas City's the main characters. They won on a doink into the field goal. Just, Kansas is the main character. There's no denying it. There's no escaping from it. That's just how the football world is. And so that concludes this week of football. Join us next time as we talk about the Cowboys-Panthers game. And the Longhorns have a break before the playoffs. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, bye.